Alright, so next we're going to construct 90 degree. So from this question is construct angle WXY becomes 90 degree. So X is in the middle, so we got 90. Now there are two methods to construct 90 degree. So the first method that I'm going to show you is continuation from the 120 degree that you have learned from the previous example. Okay, so now it's WXY, so means that our angle, our 90 degree angle is at X. Alright, so we're going to start from here. So make your almost half circle and then bring. We're going to do the same method as we did with the 120 degrees. So first, and then second. Alright, so before I move my compasses, I'm going to draw the arc here. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to draw the arc here, and then I'm going to use the second arc that we did for the 120. Alright, oops. Okay, and draw the second arc in order for us to get an X. Okay, so let's check. Do we have 90? Alright, so we got 90 degree, which is good. Now we're gonna label it. So it's WXY, so WX, this one will be Y. Okay, just for confirmation that we do not erase all the pencil marking that we construct during this process. Right, this is what the teacher will want to see during the when they are doing the marking. Right, the next method, okay, the next method that I'm going to show you is the one that we already learned from the bisector. So for this example, construct angle MNO equals to 90 degree. So MNO, N is in the middle, means that we need to start here. So our 90 degree is at N. Alright, so if you remember the bisector we did for this one. Okay, the bisector that we did for this one. So I'm going to do this one for our 90 degree construction. Alright. So if you notice here, to make it a comfortable marking, okay, we don't have enough line here. You can use as it is, or you can do like I do now. Alright, so I'm going to extend these lines just to make sure when you extend, it is still from that line. It's not crooked or inaccurate. Okay. So now you can open as wide as you want. First arc, then the second arc here. Okay. So from these two arcs, I'm going to open a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to make my first side of the X and then move to the second one. Okay, and then make the second X here. Right, so we get this X. So anytime you see an X, means you need to connect. connect from point N to the intersection of these two arcs. So you get this one. So as usual, make it a good habit. Take your protector, okay, and then place it here to check whether you have correctly construct 90°. Okay, so we have done so. So according to the question, is angle M and O. So we already have NO here, means that this will be M. Alright, so you need to label M. Right, next we're going to construct 30 degree from this line again. So far I'm going to use straight line just because it's easier for you to understand. As long as you can grasp the concept, you're good to go. Alright, 30. Now 30 comes from half of 60. Okay, so 30 comes from half of 60, where you get 30°. So it means that we need to draw the 60 as our guide. Okay, 60 as our guide. Then we are going to do what we call them as angle bisector. Okay, angle bisector to create 30, which actually you already seen during the 90°, the first example, whereby I bisector this 60°. Okay, this section of the 60°, which we actually already see, right? Now, so we got PQR, means that Q is the one that's getting the 30°. So that means that we're going to start here. Okay, so it's half of 60, so we need to create 60. So start at Q. Now I do not need this wide, so it means that we need to change the size. Alright, once you do your big arc, you move so that it is at the section here. Alright, so we're gonna do a marking here, means it is 60. Okay, so this is 60. Now we're going to do a angle bisector. So angle bisector means we are going to section off into two sections within a big one. Still keeping my position at the first here. So I'm going to do the first part of the X and then move over to the arc plus the big arc here, and then I'm going to draw the second part of the X. Okay, connect the X to point R. Right, so we have done our 30. Just before we do our labeling, let's get our protector and then check, is it 30? So QR is our main line, start from 0 and then go to 30. So this line is at 30, which is accurate. So the question is PQR. We already have QR here. We don't have P, means that the line that we construct is P. Okay, that's for 30. We're going to do a next one. Moving on. $45. Okay, construct angle PQR equals to 45 degrees. So PQR means we're going to have our Q with the angle of 45, which is this one. So 45 is actually half of 90. So we are going to construct 90 for our guide. Then we are going to continue with angle bisector to get 45 degree. Okay, so remember you got two ways to construct 90 degree. Choose whichever that you are comfortable with. Now I do not want to extend this line, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 120 degree method. So 120 means I need to do the big arc. Okay, let me start that again because it doesn't look tidy. Alright. Okay, so the big arc, and then move over 1 for 60, and the other one for 120. Then we do the X. Now because this 90 is our guide, I'm not going to make it a very noticeable line. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to draw very lightly. Now before I continue, I'm going to check, is it 90? Well, it is apparently not, means that I did something wrong here. Let's start again. Okay, this thing happens just because we're using pencil, so no need to worry. Okay, big arc. Right. Okay, first, second, right, draw a faint line. Just very faint. Before I continue, I'm going to check, is it 90? Right, so it's 90. Now I'm going to use, because 90 is actually this area. Okay, 90 is actually this area, so I'm going to use the intersection of this arc from this line here. Okay, and the arc intersection here to create angle bisector like this. So you can continue using the same opening of your compasses, right, and then here. So you have created the X here. Now this time we need to make the line obvious because that is our main answer. Right, so make it obvious like this. It must be more obvious than the 90 degree that we use as a guide to create a bisector of 45 degree. Alright, so I'm going to check. Okay, is it 45? Alright. Alright, so it's about 45 there. So it's 45, so P, Q, R, we already have Q here, means that this is P. Alright, so we have done construction for 60, 120, 90 degree, 30 degree, and 45 degree. Okay, those are singular. Now what happens when we need to construct a big angle? Now I'm going to give you like a few seconds to think. From all the construction that we have built just now, which is 60, 120, 90, 45, and 30, which of these angle that we need in order to get 135? Can you think? Which of the angles that we have constructed so far that we needed in order to create 135? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have your answer? Now if your answer is, okay, your answer is 90 plus 45, yes. Okay, so 90 plus 45 in order to get 135. Okay, so our angle is ABC, 135. Now B is in the middle, means that angle B will get 135. So before we continue, I'm going to bring my protector here so we get an idea where 135 are supposed to be. Okay, so this is 90 here. Okay, and then from 0, 90, and then 135 is here. Okay, so we're going to create a 90 degree first, and then because 90 degree is actually one half of the here and then the second part here, so we are going to do an angle bisector 45 degree on this side, okay, which is the part here. Remember that 90 degree means we got 90 here and then we got 90 here, and then we are going to do angle bisector of 45 degree in order to create 135 from the line AB up to the line BC, which is the one that we are supposed to draw. Right? Remember, 90 degree, we got two ways to create. I'm going to use the second method, which is by extending the line and then create the perpendicular bisector, perpendicular line. So create B here, another one here, so I got two arcs, and then I'm gonna open up, okay, the first X, the first part of an X, and then the second part of the X. Now I'm going to draw again. This 90 degree is a very faint line as a guide to draw 135. So it's very faint. Okay, now before I carry on, I need to check first. Okay, make it a good habit to check, are your line correct angle? Okay, so this is a correct angle, means I can continue. Okay, so let's use the same opening as this one. Okay, the same opening in this one to mark it here. Okay, to mark it here. Using these two marking, I'm going to create angle bisector on this side, not this one. If you create 45 on this side, you will get ABC, which is not 135. Okay, I changed the size already. I open it, and then first part of the X, and then using the second arc, second marking, I'm going to draw the second X. Okay. So this is the X that we have created. From B, connect to that X. Okay, so make it a very clear line, not the 90-degree fainted one. I'm going to check my angle again before I continue so that it is accurate. Okay, I'm going to check. Alright, so it is at 135. Okay, it's at 135. Then we can continue. So it is the line angle ABC. We already have AB, which means this is C. Right, so you have learned that we can construct individual angle. So there is only a few angle that we can construct using this tool. Okay, our compasses: 60, 120, and then 90 degree, 45 degree, 30 degree, and then getting smaller, 45 we can go on another bisector, and then 30 we can continue with another bisector, which is going to be 15, and then it can be a combination of two angles in order to create another angle, like this one, 135. Okay, what happens if the questions already give you an angle and then you need to construct the bisector? Right, so I'm going to zoom out so that you can see the question. Right, so there is this question given to you, and I think I missed out on few information. Okay, JKL, so I'm going to label them. Alright, so in question, if it's already printed to you, there is no need for you to go in with your detector and then check whether it's 70 or not. Okay, it doesn't matter because questions are usually not printed according to scale. So we are going to do bisector no matter how many angle is here. Okay, so angle bisector is very easy. Let me zoom into question A so that you can see clearer. Okay, so angle bisector. So number one, remember, whatever is in the middle. Okay, whatever is in the middle. So JKL, K is in the middle. We are going to start at that one, K. Okay, if you're not comfortable with this position, you can always change your position. Okay, so open, any opening is fine. Okay, any opening is fine, just as long as it's not too towards the edge or near to the point. You're gonna have difficulty holding your compasses. So we're going to do two marking, one marking per line. Right, from the marking that we already did, we're going to do the first part of the X from one side, and then change your position, go to the other side. Alright, so you get an X. So you should know by now anything with an X, and then from the starting point we're going to connect them together. Alright, so this is how we create our angle bisector. You can check using your protractor just to make sure that these two sections are equal. Okay, bisector means, bi means two in mathematics. Okay, this bi means two in mathematics, so it means that we are going to create two sectors within JKL. So that's what it means. Right, so here's another one. I'm gonna turn my book so that I'm in a comfortable position. It is still the same method no matter how big or how small or wherever the position of that angle is. Right, so an opening, do two marking, one per each line. Alright, so from that marking, I would advise you, if you think that they won't meet up to create the X, just open your compasses wider. Alright, change to the other marking, then create the second part of the X. Alright, and then from K, connect to the X that you have just drawn, and there you have your angle bisector. Okay, so the angle bisector. Now let's see some of the questions that you can ask. I'm going to zoom in a little bit further so that you can read the question. Alright, construct a triangle based on the given diagram. So the given diagram is this one. You can only use ruler and a pair of compasses. Alright, so you can only use ruler and a pair of compasses to construct the triangle. So you can only use 1, 2, that's it. You can also use this, but not to help you construct, just like what I did previously. It is to check. Okay, so according to this diagram, I'm going to move it up. Okay, so A, B, C, which we don't have at the given line. So C is here. So this one requires 3 skills. Okay, one is angle bisector because this is 30. So we need a 60 degree and then angle bisector to 30. The other one is the first skill that we learned, which is to construct the line segment. So we have AB here, so we don't have a C. So the first thing that we need to do is to construct this angle 30. So like I said just now, we need to do angle bisector, and you must follow where it is. Okay, so it is at point B. So we're going to start at point B. Alright, so I'm going to draw the first arc. Alright, slipped. Let's try that again. Okay, first arc we need 60, so means that without changing your opening of your compasses, alright, bring it here and then do the first marking. So that will be the guide to create 30 degree. Okay, without changing the position, I'm going to do the first part of that X, and then move it over to the marking. Okay, and then do the second part of that X. Now we already created a 30 degree. Okay, in X and point B means that we need to connect okay, so before we carry on, just like usual, let's check, is it 30? Alright, so it's nicely 30. Then we can continue to the next one, which is 7 centimeter. So this is building a line segment. So we need a 7 centimeter line. So we're going to use only this one. The ruler is for you to connect as well as for you to open your compasses so that it becomes 7 centimeter. Right, so let's do an opening. Okay, so make sure it's 7 centimeter. I'm gonna make sure another one so that it is good. Right, so when you are sure that you have the 7 centimeter opening here, so you see the 7 centimeter is at the line BC, but we don't have the C, so we're going to start at the point B and then do your marking. So this marking will be the 7 centimeter marking. Now you notice that AC doesn't have any measurement because from that 7 centimeter we're going to connect to point A. So from this 7 centimeter here, okay, so we're going to connect to point A. Now this point we don't want to draw over. Okay, we don't draw it over, just exactly there. Now I'm going to check whether this line BC is 7 or not. Okay, so I'm going to use 1 as my 0. Alright, so here, so it's exactly 7. Alright, so we are done with this triangle. Now we need to label, because A, B, C, so we need to label C. Right, so there's a second part of this question. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Alright, so it says here, then construct the perpendicular bisector of line AC. And then the condition is the perpendicular bisector intersect line AC at point P. So somewhere here, okay, somewhere here there is point P, and then it says here intersect line BC at point Q. So somewhere here there is a Q. Lastly, ask you to measure the angle of PQC. So angle bisector, perpendicular bisector of line AC. So we're going to do it at AC. Right, so we're going to use 2 points. Now this time I need to zoom in. We're going to use point A and point C as our point to create a line perpendicular to the line AC. Right, so make sure that you have an opening. There's no need for you to open it very big. Now I know there are a lot of construction going on, so you need to remember which arc is for what construction. Right, so this one is perpendicular bisector. I'm going to do one on the left, and then I'm going to do another one on the right. Okay, I'm going to do another one on the right, just so you remember this is the arc that we did for this line AC. Right, so I'm going to turn my book over. I'm going to do one on either side. Okay, so I have one of the X here and the other one X here. I'm going to connect these two X together to create a perpendicular bisector. I'm going to check whether it is 90 or not. Okay, so it's 90, so we have done correct. So if you look back at the question, it says they intersect at line AC at point P, means that AC, this one will be point P. Okay, and then intersect line BC at point Q. So on the BC, it is Q. And then measure PQC. So PQC, so it will be at this angle, okay, in between the line QC and PQ. Alright, so measure, so you do need your protector, and then you need your line. Now if you notice that the extension of this line is not long enough for me to see the measurement, so what you can do is extend this line so that it helps you to get the accurate reading. Okay. So I extend that one, so I'm going to put this one here. So the line that we created, the perpendicular bisector, I'm going to use that one as our guide. Alright, and then this is the line that we need to do the reading, because PQC is here. Right, I'm going to zoom in so that if you see if you can do the reading. So if you read here, it is at 47, 48. Here is in between 47 and 48. I'm going to reposition to its correct. Okay, like this. So it's 47. Okay, 47. So the angle that we have here is 47 degree. Alright, the last one. Construct parallelogram. And I hate it when I need to pronounce parallelogram. You know, when a non-native speaker pronounce parallelogram, it's such a difficult word to pronounce. Alright, so here construct a parallelogram ABCD with the side AB equals to 4 cm, AD 5 cm with the angle A 60 degree. So there is no line given to you, there is only instruction to tell you the measurement and how much needed. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so that you can see better. Now there's nothing here, so the first thing that you need to do is you construct a straight line, just any straight line for you to start. Okay, I'm gonna point A, since a lot of A is going on. Here's AB, another one is AD. Now in mathematics, if it's A, B, C, D, it's usually start with A, B, C, D. Okay, we go them in circle. Either it's clockwise or counter. Okay, it goes like this. So if it's A, B, C, D, it will be like this. Okay, so AB, I'm going to put B here. It says 4 centimeter. So you need to do construction of the line 4 centimeter. Okay, should I bring you in? So you open your compasses until it reaches 4 centimeter. I'm going to make sure that it is exactly. Alright, so 4 centimeter, I'm going to draw this one, this marking. So this marking will be the marking for our point B. Now you don't need to draw another one because you already draw. Another one is AD. Okay, I mentioned just now we go in circle. Now this one is counter, so AB, C will be here, D will be here. So AD is 5 centimeter. So I'm going to take my ruler again. Now this time the measurement goes to 5 centimeter. Alright, so you're done with that. Okay, doing my marking. I'm going to mark it here first, leave it there. Now it says here the angle is 60 for the A. So I'm going to do the first one. And then one angle. If you know parallelogram, it means that all sides are having pairs. Now I'm going to do the 5 centimeter because D will be around here. Can you see it? Alright, so that's my 5 centimeter from A, because I already have this line, so this is the place where I'm doing the marking. So this will be D. Right? Now parallelogram means that we have the same side. So 4 centimeter here means that 4 centimeter will be along here. Okay, along here, and then we have a 5 centimeter along here as well. Now you already learned how to draw a parallel line at the beginning of this lesson, so we are going to use that technique, okay, which is passing through D here. Right, so we already have this measurement here. Now the next one that we need to do is, because this one is still 5 centimeter, I'm going to come here at point B, okay, and then do some marking here. And then now either you use your measurement here, but I do know that AB is 4 centimeter. Okay, AB is 4 centimeters, so you can use a ruler and then check, is it 4, just in case you don't get it accurate. Alright, so this here will be the place where I mark my C. So this one will be C, this one will be D. So we have one axis here, so we're going to connect these two. I'm going to turn my book. Okay, connect here to this one. Right, so this is how we draw a parallelogram. Don't forget to label. So AB, this one is already D, so this one will be C. Okay, so this is how we draw a parallelogram. So this is our what we do in lines and angle for the construction part. Okay, if you like my video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps me to know that you benefited from this video. If you have any question that I did not address in this video, you can always leave a comment at the comment section, and make sure to share it with your friend if you find this helpful. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.